Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy. It's your boy Keys K, man. We are back. We back with another video, man. Today, we're gonna be talking about 10 things I learned and ultimately 10 things that helped me get a 100K account, 100K funded account through EA. All right. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump right into this. It's been a minute since I made a video. Bear with me, right? Not even bear with me. Just watch this shit. Hopefully you guys can take some lessons away from this video, and maybe something I say can help you with your trading journey, your trading goals. Maybe. But if not, still leave a like, because you're gonna help my video get the flowing to people who will take something from this video. All right. So I got a list over here, man. The first thing first. I want to say it took me hella long to get this account approved. That is insane, bro. Oh my god. All right. So first things first. It took me a little minute to get this account approved, right? So I'm gonna tell you crazy thing that happened before I get into the 10 things. So nah. Fuck that. Let's go ahead and get into the 10 things. So first things first, man. I just want to say, like, fall in love with the process, right? Fall in love with the process and not the outcome. Like, a lot of times, most times, whenever we get into a trade or before we even get into a trade, we automatically become like focused on like, I gotta make bread. I gotta have a winning trade here, right? I gotta get this account approved, or I gotta make bread so I can do this, that, and the third, which is true. But I feel like when we're trading, like when you're actually trading, you have to pay attention to the process, bro. You have to fall in love with the process. And once you fall in love with the process, the outcome is going to be the outcome, right? And you can't really control that. So what I learned is that I had to focus on the process, right? My system. What could I adjust? What could I change? And that helped me out in the long run. Like, just pay attention to your system, bro. Like like literally your system. You have to fall in love with your system. And then once you fall in love with your system and you stick to your system, then that's when the outcome's gonna come. That's when the good trades, the dubs, all the bread gonna come after that. But you can't focus. You can't do it backwards. You can't focus on the money and then just hope the process is gonna work out. You really have to hone in on the process, bro. Once you hone in on the process, I promise you, and you start adjusting the process, you start going back and reviewing trades and seeing, oh, this trade wasn't successful because I didn't stick to my process. Then that's gonna make you even want to stick to the process even more, bro. I'm telling you. So that's number one. It is a quote too. I'm gonna leave number one with a quote. It's a quote. Inky Johnson, he left a quote. It goes like, "Don't be so emotionally attached to the outcomes that you forget about the process and the person that you become en route to the outcome or result." You know what I'm saying? So that just basically means fall in love with the process. Fall in love with who you become on the journey of getting to whatever end result you ultimately want to achieve. That's a fact, bro. That's number one. And two, patience beats busyness. Like, bro, I've been trading since when? I started trading. Let me remove this real quick. I started trading in 2020. It was COVID, peak of COVID, like March 2020. That's when I started trading. I've been trading ever since then, damn near every day, ever since then. Like, not trading, but in and out of the markets every day since then, right? And for like the first 4 years, I only felt fulfilled. I only felt like I was doing something productive as a trader when I was actually in a trade. But in actuality, bruh, the best trades come whenever you're just waiting for a setup to occur. You know what I'm saying? You as a trader, especially when you first get in the market, you like, oh, if I'm in a trade, I'm doing something productive. I'm doing something right. I'm chasing my goals. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, that is the wrong way to go about it. Because if you constantly have that thought of, oh, if I'm in a trade, I'm being successful in the market, I'm chasing my goals, you're gonna be getting into plays, into setups that may not be the highest quality setup, right? Some confluences may happen and some things may allow you to get into that trade, but every trade is not a good trade, bro. So it may be some days where I don't even trade for the whole week. But before I would take hella trades, right? But now I may take 1 to 4 trades in a week versus back in the day I was taking like 20, 30 trades, bro. Like if I show you my one day, I'm gonna save it for like another video, but I'll show the challenge. That challenge of when I had to hit like 12% on a 100K account. Crazy. 12% on that 100K account. I could go back to weeks where I was taking like 30 trades in a week, which was insane now that I think about it. But ultimately, patience beats busyness, bro. Like, just wait for setups to occur. I promise you. Once you start waiting for setups to occur versus just trying to hop into any setup, that's when you're gonna start seeing changes in your trading. And you're gonna be like, damn. All right, now I'm finally getting somewhere. All right, and then number 3, control your emotions during losses, and most importantly, control your emotions during wins. Like, you always hear people talk about whenever you go on a losing streak or you lose a trade, you try to go revenge trade, try to get back in a trade, try to higher your lot size or whatever the case may be. But I don't hear too many people talking about when you go on a win streak, controlling that emotion, right? I feel like in trading, bro, you should be constantly like this right here, bro. It should be just a straight wave of emotions, no up and down and fuck no. Once you start hitting this right here and you're straight and you're constant, you start feeling the same when you lose $2,000 versus when you earn $2,000-$3,000. You feel the same way. That's when you on a whole nother level when it comes to trading, bro. You have to stay this right here. Keep this constant feeling constantly, no matter what. And I promise you're gonna be onto something. Oh yeah, because like I would notice when I was in trades and I would have like a win streak of 3, 4, 5. I would become arrogant. I would become cocky and super confident. I was already confident, but now I'm 3, 4 trades in. I'm trying to go buy this hotel down the street, bro. Like I'm telling you, if you know that feeling when you in a trade and that trade go good and you get a crazy like TP, you start thinking like, man, I'm about to buy. How much does the world cost? Nigga, I can buy US as a whole. You start just thinking crazy stuff, like crazy stuff, man. And when you start thinking like that, and you're arrogant, sometimes you'll get into trades and it'll be on an intuition gut feeling versus being systematic. You know what I'm saying? It'll be an intuition like, oh, I can do this. I've been doing this. I know what to do, and just hop in when it's not even a part of your system, right? So what I used to do whenever I go on like a crazy streak, or what I do now if I have a trade that's like 5% or 2%, I'll just take the rest of the week off. Like, I'll just be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna take the rest of the week off, just chill. Even if setups occur, I'm gonna take the rest of the week off, bro, and I'm gonna come back next week. Because next week, the emotion's gonna be reset. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different stuff that I'll do to control myself in those times of losses and those times of, crazy wins. But during losses, I mean, the biggest thing is just don't revenge trade. Like, I revenge trade a lot. For years, bro, I would revenge trade. And it's not worth it, bro. But I noticed that revenge trading, if you have a system, then revenge trading won't even happen. If you have a system and you stick to your system, you're disciplined, revenge trading won't even happen. And then 4, be systematic and disciplined, bro. This is like, I think this is one of the biggest ones for sure. All of these are really good points. But be systematic and disciplined. When you're trading, bro, you have to be systematic. I used to tell myself, okay, you have to be systematic to the process. You have to be systematic to the routine. You have to be systematic. You have to be systematic. And now I feel like I am systematic and disciplined, right? Because if you have a beautiful system that works, right, and you're not systematic to it, then you're not going to see the real results. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see the real results. But if you have a system that works, it's been back tested and been proven that it works at least like 40-30% of the time, bro, you're good, bro. That's good. That's good win rate in trading. As long as your risk to reward is cool. But just be systematic. Be disciplined, bro. You have to be systematic and you have to be disciplined. If you have no discipline in the market to stick to your rules, to stick to your plan, you will never, ever be successful in the market, bro. Like, you have to be disciplined. You have to be systematic. If you see a trade that feels good, but it's not a part of your process, let it go. Let it go. I promise you. At first, it's gonna feel weird because it's like, damn, that trade went into the desired direction. It went into TP, but I didn't get in. That's like one of the worst feelings I know. Trust me, I know. But you're gonna start feeling good when you say, I missed out on it. I didn't miss out on a trade. That trade didn't align with my strategy. When you start rewiring your brain to think like that, that trade didn't align with my strategy, bruh, that's when you on something different. You on a whole different thing. You have to switch it from, I missed that trade that went into the desired TP to, that trade didn't align with my strategy. We're going to move on to something else and we're going to wait until a trade sets up or aligns with my strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's just so different. And then discipline starts outside of trading. Like going to the gym when you say you're going to the gym, going to sleep when you say you're going to sleep, back testing when you say you're going to back test, or journaling when you say you're going to journal. It starts outside of trading for real. Going to the gym, waking up, that routine, sticking to it, making a video. It starts there, and then it just bleeds over into trading, right? Once you start going to the gym 4 times a week, now you notice that you're more picky when it comes to trades, and you're only getting into trades based on your system. You know what I'm saying? But if you start doing the opposite, you start BSing, you start missing days at the gym, you start oversleeping, you start eating stuff that you're not supposed to be eating, it starts bleeding over into trading. You're going to start getting into trades when you know you shouldn't be getting into them, right? So it just goes hand in hand, inside and outside of trading, right? And then 5 is understand risk to reward, bro. Risk to reward is like the biggest thing, one of the biggest. All of these are great points, I'm not going to lie. All of these points are amazing. But 5, I would say, understand risk to reward, bro. It just literally this past couple months, probably this past month, July, the whole first 2 weeks of July, I was non-profitable on that whole funded account. Non-profitable. I didn't let it get to me or nothing like that. It was like 7-8 trades. I lost 7-8 trades. But my losses were small though. And it was controlled, right? To the point where I had 7 losses, 7-8 losses. I had 1 win. So I had like 7-8 losses overall with 1 win. And I was down probably like 1,300 on the account. I just took a trade last night. It was like $1,000, and I made back all my money that I lost on those previous trades. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that your losses are small and your wins are way bigger than your losses. And then also let your wins. It's hard though, but let your wins run a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When it's a winning trade and it's doing good, let it run a little bit. Right? We so quick to, cut our stops early. We don't let our wins run as much as we should. You know what I'm saying? So understand risk to reward. That's like one of the biggest things, bro. And then 6, respect the craft, bro. You have to respect trading. You have to respect trading. You can't come into trading with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna get into trading and I see my boy, he doing options. Or this dude on Instagram, he doing options. He making 4K a day. I'm gonna get into trading just to make 2K a day and be good for the rest of the week. Bro, I promise you, it will not work like that. Like, you can have that mindset, but bro, it is not going to work like that. Trading will smack you in the face every time when you don't respect it. Every single time, bro. Like, you can have a trade where you make $1,000, $1,200, $500, whatever the case may be. When I first started trading, for example, I was trading stocks at the time, and I had got into the stock, and literally once I got into it, it shot up. The volatility was crazy. It was a penny stock, so the volatility was crazy. It was so crazy to the point where, I don't know if you know this, but in stocks, if the volatility is super crazy, the stock gets halted, and literally nobody can trade for a specific period of time until the volume settles, the orders are filled, and you can continue to trade. But it literally halts to the point where the stock stops moving. So I got into this trade at like $5. It shot up to like $5.80 or $6, and I made like $500 in like 5 minutes. At that point, I knew I was gonna be a trader. Literally the following day, I lost like $1,000, bro, because I didn't respect the craft. I was gambling at that point. I didn't respect the craft. I didn't put the time in to really understand why the market's moving, how the market moves, what caused it to do this, or what is volume, what is RSI, what is candlestick analysis, what is psychological key level. I didn't understand it. I didn't even take the time to really understand it on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? You have to respect the craft, bro. At the moment when you stop respecting trading, you stop respecting the craft, you stop respecting the markets, that's the point where you get smacked in the face. And that's the time when you can start spiraling a little bit. So make sure that you respect the craft at all times of trading. Respect it, bro. You have to respect it. If you don't, that's when you get smacked in the face. And then stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, bro. Find your lane in whatever market. This video is not just for forex trading. Currency trading is my main thing. That's what I do. But it's not for just currencies. It can be for crypto, it can be for stocks, it can be for futures, it can be for whatever market you're trading. Find what works for you. Find your lane. Find what pairs work for you. Find what stocks work for you. Whatever you find consistency in, or you find a certain level of comfort in, stick to that. Like, it was so many times where I would have homies who's they're trading options, stocks, and they're doing better than me at the time. You know what I'm saying? Or my homie, he going crazy in crypto. He got like 17, he made 17 bands this week, and I'm down $1,000. But I didn't just go make that jump, because I would notice whenever I made that jump in the past, like say for instance, I saw Q Banks. He made like he's making crazy money on US30, like insane amounts. Like insane amounts, bro. If you don't know Q Banks, go look him up, bro. The nigga's a goat. I'm not gonna lie, he's a goat when it comes to this trading shit. But he will make crazy amounts. So in US30, indices. I don't trade indices. I don't trade anything like that. I'm a currency guy. So I just jumped over there one day. I was back testing for like 2 weekends in a row. I was like, oh, I can do this. It's pretty cool. It's pretty simple. I can just move my strategy over to that market, or I can move it over to indices, US30. Literally, bro, the first 2 days I was trading that shit, I lost $2,000. Like, I waited a whole month for me to get this 2 bands. Once I got the 2 bands, I sent it all to my account, and I lost literally $2,000 in 2 days, bro. I can literally show you on US30, because I didn't stay in my lane. My lane is Japanese yen pairs. Anything with Japanese yen, I'm trading at, right? I'm on that for the most part. And that's what I found comfort in. I found more success in UJ than any other currency pair. Once I found that consistency, once I found what works for me, which was UJ, I stuck to UJ. I literally stuck to UJ. And when I did change lanes and I veered out of my lane, I got smacked in the face. So don't even find something that works for you and stay in your lane, bro. A lot of times we be looking out, comparing ourselves to other people, but stay in your lane, bro. What works for you works for you. And then yeah, expect setbacks, bro. Like, bullshit is gonna happen on the way to anything that you're doing. If bullshit doesn't happen, it's not really worthwhile. It's not really, I don't think it's really as valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not gonna last as long. But bullshit is going to happen. Setbacks is going to happen in the market. Setbacks is going to happen. And the thing is, whenever certain things happen to you in the market, you can look at it like one or two ways, right? You can say, this shit beat me up. I almost had this account. Bullshit happened. I'm gonna go ahead and get out and try something else. Or you can look at it like, all right, bet this happened to me. This shit hurt right now, but I'm gonna see what I can extract from this. Like, what lesson can I learn that help me become a better trader, become a better person, so that if it happens in the future, all right, I've seen that before. Now I know how to maneuver around it. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally what I do with everything in trading. That shit hurts. I'm gonna tell you the hardest, the thing that hurt the most in trading to this day, bro. There was this account that another prop firm account. I was grinding a totally different system than what I'm doing now. Kind of the same, but different for the most part. I literally grew the account up to like $6,500. Target profit 8%, $8,000 on the account. I grew it to $6,500, bro. $1,500 away, and I literally tried to jump from like step 1 all the way to step 4 without taking steps 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? And when I did that, bro, it set me back so far. Literally within a week of me doing like that, trying to jump over those extra steps, I lost, bro. I lost the whole account. I down to $100, right? I could have looked at it like, damn, I was almost there, and that shit trading brought me all the way back down. The market killed me, brought me back down to $100. I was almost at the target profit of 8K. I could have looked at it like, damn, I'm done with trading. It's not for me. And I would not have ever gotten this 100K account. You know what I'm saying? Or I could have done what I did and went back and look at all the trades that I took and learned so many lessons. Bro, the game I learned from going back to looking at all those trades that took me from $6,500 to $100, bro. The amount of game I got in that, man, I can't even, man, I wouldn't have been able to get this 100K. I wouldn't have been the trader I am today if I didn't go back and look at all those trades that took me from $6,500 to $100, bro. Oh, man, heck no. I got so much game from that. Ah, so much game, bro. So much game. But yeah, know that BS is gonna happen and laugh about it, right? Know that BS is gonna happen. It's been so many times BS happened and I laugh like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's gonna happen, man. 100% is gonna happen with anything you go after in life. Yeah, and then number 9 is just be patient. Be patient with the journey. Patience is a virtue. That's so true. Patience is something that's not talked about enough in life. I feel like, especially nowadays, we always want like instant gratification. We want everything to happen right now. We go through the drive-through, our food gonna be ready in 5-6 minutes, and we try to like extract that and apply it to different parts of our life, whether that be relationships, trading, anything in life. We try to extract it and place it on everything, but you can't do that. You can't do that. It's not gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be artificial. You have to be patient, bro. Be patient and know that if you're not somewhere that you want to be in life, it's because you haven't became that version of yourself that you need to become in order to get said things. You know what I'm saying? So if you want like I don't know, if you aspire to get like a $20,000 account and you just haven't been able to do it, it's because you're not the version of yourself that you need to become to get that 20K. You know what I'm saying? So just keep grinding, keep becoming that person that you need to become in order to get 20K, that 20K account, right? Just really just lock in on becoming that person that you need to be. And that comes from grinding. That comes from doing it every fucking day, man. Every day you're gonna have to do it. Every fucking day. Sleepless nights. Every day. Like you're gonna have to, I would literally get off of my job that I used to work at. I used to literally go in at like 7 and I would get off at like 4:30, 5. And the whole day people drinking coffee to keep them going throughout the day. And I'm not drinking coffee at work, but literally 5 o'clock hits and I get home, that's when I'm down in coffee. Cause now the real work begins, bro. It's gonna be some tired, you're gonna be tired as hell. But you just gotta be patient and just know that shit gonna work out. Shit gonna work out. Shit gonna work out, man. Shit gonna work out. Promise it's gonna work out. You just gotta have faith in God and just work really, really fucking hard. And be patient too. That patience come with the faith. And then 10, bro. Have confidence, man. Have confidence, have confidence, have confidence. You have to be confident in the market. Not arrogant, but you have to be confident in the market to know that your system works. To know that what you built is real. You know what I'm saying? And confidence is not something that you can read a book about. It's not something that you can just wake up and just, oh, I got it. I got confidence. I'm just going to act like I'm confident and then it's going to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's partially true, but it's not really true. You know what I'm saying? I found that real confidence comes from hours and hours and hours of fucking working on your craft endlessly. Hours and hours of working on your craft, bro. That's where the real confidence comes. Yes, that's where the real confidence comes from. Having a strategy, creating a strategy, from whether that's other YouTubers, you taking a piece, applying it to your strategy, and once you have that strategy, back testing it for years. Right, back testing, going back in the market for years. Go back as far as you can, and just not as far as you can because the market changed a lot. I would say maybe go back 5-6 years, and then work your way all the way forward with your strategy. And then once you see that, okay, this is a strategy that I built, has a 50% win rate. Oh my God, bro! Once you get into a trade, you're gonna be like, all right, it's 50-50. I'm gonna win. It's a 50-50 chance that and you'll be comfortable with that. And 50-50 in the market is amazing odds, by the way, right? Amazing odds. But that's where the real confidence comes from. That's where it comes from. A lot of people don't talk about it, but the real confidence comes from learning. Hours learning, grinding. Learn about candlestick analysis, time frame correlation, psychological key level, support and resistance, whatever the case may be. And practicing your strategy over and over and over, doing it for hours and days and fucking days and days and days, and just keep doing it and keep grinding it out. And then once you apply it to like the real markets and you see that it works, that's when that motherfucking confidence will come in. I promise you. I'll live through it. I'm living through it right now. That's when the confidence come in, man. I'm done talking y'all guys ear off. If you found at least one of these lessons valuable, go ahead and leave that like. If you didn't, hey man, hopefully more content that I drop. Maybe it's just something that I'll say in the video that you can just apply to your actual trading, or you can maybe change the way you thought previously about something now. You know what I'm saying? Now you change the way you thought because of something you saw in the video. Man, I'm gonna leave you with this. A lot of times we'll hear information in the market and it may not click, which is fine, right? It's fine that it doesn't click at that time. But whenever you're ready for it, whenever you're ready to receive that information because of all the groundwork you built, it'll click. I'm telling you, it'll click. But it won't click until you constantly grind, you constantly find information, you constantly tested the information, right? With your strategy. You know what I mean? Testing it over and over. And then after a while, whatever is meant for you to understand at that time, you will understand it. You know what I'm saying? It'll click. You know what I'm saying? It'll click. It'll click, I promise. But love y'all guys, man. Keep grinding and keep giving thanks to God, man. I'll see y'all guys at the top, man. Peace.